Hello, it's Liz here from Zest Nutrition again, and I was just going to give you a really effective trick that you can use anytime you feel like you're getting super worried or anxious. Say if you're sitting in traffic, or maybe you've got an exam coming up or something. And if you're someone who finds that really tends to affect your gut situation, so if it makes your IBS even worse or any other gut situation you've got, you probably find that it does get worse under stress. So I'm just going to tell you why that happens, and then hang on for a bit, and then I will give you a really good trick that you can use to really get that under control. Okay, so first things first, what's happening when this, when stress is impacting your gut? So what it is in your gut, there's this really kind of powerful network. It's got its own nervous system in there called the enteric nervous system, and it's super powerful. It's even more, it's almost as, I think, more powerful in fact than your spinal column. It's got more nerves in there than the spinal column, so you're talking quite a powerful nervous system, which often we don't give it credit for. Now this nervous system will speak to the brain, and then the brain will speak to the nervous system in your gut. So this is why you tend to get things like butterflies when you're feeling a bit worried about something, that kind of thing. So it's very tangible, it is very real, and it isn't just in your imagination. Also remember that it's really, it's a normal thing to get anxious and stressed. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a perfectly normal, natural reaction. We're supposed to have it. It's how we survive. But basically what happens is you go into fight or flight, which is designed to keep you from danger, so running from lions or like big dangers like that, to keep you alive. But the only snag is, very often when we go into fight or flight nowadays, we aren't really in any danger. Not really, we might be going into an exam, we might be sitting in traffic, we might have a deadline to meet. It's all that kind of thing. But essentially, the same thing's happening. So your body is still getting flooded with all these stress hormones. Now, these stress hormones tend to impact your gut very negatively. It has a negative impact on your gut flora, so your beneficial bacteria. It affects the immune system in your gut, which is also not great. You've got a large proportion of your immune system in your gut. Okay, so all these things get affected. And so it's not surprising really that this does upset, or trigger, any IBS symptoms, all that kind of thing, so it's, it can give you things like, cramps, diarrhea, constipation, bloating, all that kind of thing gets, impacted by what you're thinking and your stress levels. So here we go. Here's one really good trick to deploy when, say, if you're going into an exam or you find yourself getting that kind of out of control reaction to a stressful event. So here's what you need to do. Okay, it's a breathing exercise. So if you take a deep breath inwards through your nose for a count of 6. So here we go. Hold it for a count of 3. And exhale through your nose for a count of 6. Feeling calm already, I expect. And do it again, in through your nose for 6. And hold for 3. And out for 6 through your nose again. And do that about 12 times. And by the time you've done that for 12 times, you'll be feeling super calm again. And hopefully you will do better and feel calmer in any exam or working to a deadline or anything like that. And hopefully it will give your gut a bit of a rest as well. Okay, so I hope you found that useful, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.